What's up, Internet World? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Leroy.
I am eternal.
No, you're not.
I felt like you could have been nicer as you said it. You were just so mean.
Everybody in that trailer, or in this trailer, in that poster is good looking. Neither one of us. Camille Nanjiani has a six-pack.
I won't disagree with you, but I felt like you could have been nicer about the way you said it.
I'm not.
I heard it in my mind as you were saying it. Everybody in that trailer was like, oh, this is about to hit me. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not even going to let you. You might be an inhuman.
I think we're done. Oh, no.
But every person in this, Brian Tyree Henry, don't even look like himself. Like, that man is Paperboy in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even look like himself.
True.
Camille Nanjiani has a six-pack, y'all.
Yeah, he got ripped.
Angelina Jolie is in this movie. Gemma Chan.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably one of the most beautiful casts ever assembled.
Yeah. It's like a Benetton ad. It's nice. I don't really feel like Benetton's still around or as big as it was, but in my mind it's like this multiracial cast of just different people. It's like, I love it.
They used to have some great ads too. I used to want their clothes until I saw how much they cost. And then I was like, the Gap in Old Navy it is.
So, I mean, this trailer came out. I'm excited because it's just something we haven't seen in the Marvel Universe yet.
No, and it, to me, this is the turning point, I think, like Guardians of the Galaxy was. I think this movie, basically what they're building up to is a way to branch off into other avenues that Guardians allowed them to do. Like, Guardians allowed them to go into space.
Yeah.
I think this movie is going to allow them basically change how we view the Marvel Universe. The reason why I laid this, the Avengers stuff out is because everybody's wondering what these individuals were doing throughout
while Endgame was happening.
During basically the planet's history, because they're called Eternals, which means they are pretty much immortals to a certain extent.
Now, comic book man, Thanos isn't an Eternal, right? He's a
Titan.
A Titan, which is
they're
under
cousins.
Eternals or
they're
something.
Cousins.
Okay.
So the Eternals have nemesis or the opposites called deviants.
Okay. He's a deviant.
He's a Titan.
Okay. All right.
So that hopefully that relationship will be explained in this.
And what are Celestials? Above Eternals?
Huge, monumental, like God seeding entities.
All right.
They are very massive, very powerful. Some cultures worship them.
Okay.
Some fear them. Some want to take them down.
Got it.
Because they're just so massive. And it's like, oh, I killed a Celestial. And you're like,
okay.
Oh.
Let's get to it. I want to see this thing.
And 3, 2...
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Seriously.
We have watched, unguided. We have helped them progress, and seen them accomplish wonders. Throughout the years, we have never interfered. Until now.
Thank you for this.
Oh, you're welcome.
So now that Captain Rogers and Iron Man are both gone, who do you think's gonna lead the Avengers?
I could lead them.
That's why I put that out there.
I'm intrigued.
I'm so happy.
Are you?
The nerd in me is crying.
Okay. So there were things in there that you saw. There were Easter eggs. You're like, "Ooh, this is something."
So for those people and the well, actually people, some of them are good, some are bad. I don't care who you fall. This story is just one of those that you never thought you would see.
Okay.
These characters that Kirby and I'm trying to remember his name right now. I went to his museum. I have his shirt. Developed a fourth world. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Isn't that Jack Kirby?
Did I say Jack Kirby?
Yeah, you said Kirby.
Oh my, thank God. I thought I said Stanley.
No, you said Kirby.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
because when you said fourth world, I was like, that's Kirby, right?
Oh.
I know a little something, but yeah. Okay.
I just had a mental breakdown just now in my head. I was like, I thought I said Stanley, and then I was trying to remember Jack Kirby's name.
No, you said Kirby.
So, a lot of people never thought we would see, like, you've seen Captain America, you knew who he was, you didn't realize, to see these characters on screen and to realize that the Eternals are going to be on screen and they're going to put their best foot forward to bring these characters to life, is just like, it's almost overwhelming, because you're like, what else can Marvel do? Like, even if the movie is bad, which I don't think it will be, they attempted the impossible. Mm-hmm. Like they're making you try to care about Icarus, Cersei.
So we saw Gemma Chan, and then
she's Cersei. Richard Marston, is that his name?
I don't think that's right.
Richard, is it Masterson?
I don't think either one of them.
Rob Stark.
Yes, I don't think those last names are right.
Rob Stark.
So those two, just from what I see, they seem to be like eternal lovers, kind of maybe meeting up at different points in history. At least that's what I got from the trailer. Don't know if that's true or not, but I like that idea of those two kind of just maybe they're not always together, but they always seem to meet up every every 100,000 years. Yeah, whatever it is. Saw Kumail Nanjiani. I saw a little bit of a Bollywood dance number. I'm a sucker for Indian cinema movie. I'm excited about that. Everything just looks beautiful. The way it's shot looks incredible, and I think I heard a lot about them using like natural lighting and stuff for this. So it's just going to be interesting to see how everything
Now, did
looks.
you watch No Man's Land?
I still haven't yet.
So the director Chloe Zhao shot both of the movies simultaneously. So she says there, and it's funny that she said this because I'm surprised that Marvel people have not just been like. She says if you watch both movies, you can see some of the similarities and connections between the two, and the way she shot them, and the way she.
Just from this trailer and what I've seen of Nomadland, I definitely get a sense of like sweeping vistas and these panoramic shots. So that makes sense to me. One thing that I saw, and this is the video game nerd in me coming out.
Richard Madden.
There we go. As I was watching the people in the colonies build their civilizations, I kept thinking of like the 4x strategy games like Age of Empires and Civilization as they were building up. Not connected at all, just made me think of that. Everybody just looks awesome. We hear a little bit of narration from, pretty sure that was Salma Hayek, saying we haven't been involved until now. So you kind of wonder what that incident is. I mean, you would think it was probably in game or something happening, but we don't know for sure why they're coming back. And I do like that there was a comedic beat at the end, because MCU has established, even in their most serious movies, there's some type of humor. Yeah. So I'm glad that we had that one little beat. I could lead the Avengers. Everybody laughs. So it probably won't be as funny as other movies, but there'll be some comedy thrown in there for sure.
What I think what's very interesting about this movie is that this is Phase 4. Phase 4. If people look at Phase 4 and think about it, it seems sparse. When you really think about like the movies that are coming out, a couple of sequels, and there's no Avengers movie. It's nothing big. I disagree. I think this movie right here is a pivotal point in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in the sense of these characters are Eternals, and they have seeds or fingers or whatever, tentacles in so many other parts of the Marvel Universe. The fact that this movie opens up pretty much like Prometheus, minus the humans. Like if you looked at the way this was shot and the way this opened up, it really reminded me of Prometheus. That the opening of Prometheus, the ship coming, and so we know they're a spacefaring race. We know that they're highly intelligent. We know that they're very attractive. We also know that they are very powerful. So this opens the door of maybe we see one of the Eternals in a Marvel's movie, the sequel to Captain Marvel.
Okay.
We know Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is coming out soon. We know eventually we're going to get a Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Thor, Love, and Thunder. So these are characters that could easily show up in other parts of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Sure.
We know we're going to get a Nova movie eventually. Kevin Feige has said that he's really looking forward to bringing some iteration of the Nova Corps back into the MCU after they were decimated. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh man,
They were killed off screen.
It wasn't even a fight really.
Yeah.
Oh man, I felt bad for them.
Yeah.
So to me, this is the movie. If you ask me what movie I'm more excited about in the MCU in Phase 4, it's this, because of so much. To me, I believe is writing on these tentacles on where they're going next, and the fact of Chloe Zhao is such a different type of director from what we're normally used to, and Marvel's pretty much succeeded with using, with the exception of Edgar Wright, of basically letting directors direct and having a clear vision, and they have moved away from those initial first, buckets and bolts kind of, this is an introduction movie.
Sure.
And this seems to go, and Kevin Feige has complimented this woman repeatedly, like, this is going to be an epic. So
we're excited. Definitely intrigued just to see more. Didn't get a lot from this, but it definitely set an atmosphere and a mood, which we're excited to see of. Let us know if you're excited about the movie, because again, this is going to be something we're not really used to as people who are coming in for comic book fans. We kind of had to readjust our expectations when Guardians came out, as it was something new.
You think so?
I think people had to readjust because nobody was talking about a raccoon in a tree.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, and people got into it. So you might have to readjust what you're thinking for the movie, but I'm definitely down to do it. So.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like it. You're right, because to me, there are certain movies that were like,
This ain't Iron Man.
no, this is not like Iron Man's pretty simple, kind of. And I'm not saying it's bad.
Right.
Iron Man was pretty simple. Jerk discovers his humanity, realizes he has to do better, realizes the people around him are trying to kill him. He overcomes, becomes a superhero.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of an old story when you think about it.
And if you think about this, we still don't know who the bad entity is yet, really,
Or
if there is one.
We know. Well, so if you go to IMDb, the plot line, storyline, or whatever you want to call it,
Synopsis.
I forget what they call it. The saga. Thank you, Internet.
Yeah.
The saga of the Eternals, a race of immortal beings who lived on Earth and helped and shaped its history and civilizations. That's it.
Yeah.
We know that there are deviants in the movie. Here's the storyline. So, following the events of Avengers Endgame, an unexpected tragedy forces the Eternals, ancient allies, who have been living on Earth in secret for thousands of years, out of the shadows to reunite against mankind's most ancient enemy, the Deviants.
Cool.
So we know we're going to see them. So the question is, what was big enough after Endgame to make them come together? Because again, these are creatures who were they're basically immortal. So what can kill an immortal? Was it the snap? Was it something, says it following the events of Avengers Endgame? So what was it that said, oh, we need to team up? Like, that's what I'm interested to see. We did not see the deviants, in my opinion, in the trailer. We might have, we might not have.
Right.
This is, to me, I believe, a fundamental shift in what is to come for the Marvel Phase 5. I think this movie, kind of like you mentioned, Guardians, allowed you so many different things, because I don't think you would have gotten a Thor 3 without the Guardians. I don't think you would have gotten any of the spacefaring stuff the way you got it if Guardians hadn't worked.
Sure. Let us know what you think about this trailer. Are you excited for it? Are you excited for the movie overall? You can leave your comments below on YouTube. We know you will. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WOTX.com.
Also need the Instagram and Twitter password again, because when I got the new phone, I can't log into Instagram. So I can't. I was like,
Cool.
I was like, let me stop before I lock this account up.
Later.
Peace.